Hey, welcome to the Big Deal Warehouse. We don't even have time to stop for lunch today. We're talking about a very important topic. Andrew?
That's right. Today, we're talking about conviction. Conviction, standing for what is right, even when others don't.
Hey, this is one of the toughest virtues we've handled here at the Big Deal Warehouse. Telling people about conviction is very difficult.
It is, but you think with all the stuff we have in here that we'd be able to do it. Like, I got an idea right here.
Oh.
I built these stilts because I remembered that when I was little, I always thought that if I was just a little bit bigger or a little bit taller, I'd be able to stand up to, whoa, no, stop, that's a bad idea. That's not a good idea.
If it were just about being taller or having a higher status, you could climb a ladder or stand on the top of a mountain. That's not what conviction is about. Hey, sorry about that.
It's okay, you were right. But what's your idea?
All right, here's one. You know when you need to stand firm and strong and people are crowding in and they're pushing and maybe peer pressure's coming on and outside forces are crunching you against and you think you're bending backwards, you need that strength, you need something to snap you back. I got it right here.
You cannot be serious.
Oh, wait. Of course I'm serious about this mousetrap. I have to catch a taxi later.
Hey, let's get back down to work, okay? We need to talk about conviction and how people can stand up for what's right, even when others don't.
Been working on it already. Have come up with one more contraption you're gonna love. It's called Kapow!
That looks brilliant.
Wait until I hook you up to it. All right, this will just keep up with your blood pressure as we go through this. Hey, these electrodes will not even burn your shirt.
What is this thing?
This thing? This is the Conviction Ambulatory Perception Oscillating Warbler. Kapow to you!
Okay, that sounds dangerous.
Oh, no, it's not dangerous at all. When you're in a situation where you need to make a stand and stand up for what's right, this bell will ring. And then if you get into a little stiffer situation where you need to make a strong stand, you'll hear this. And then, if you're really in a situation...
No, stop there. This looks dangerous, okay?
It's not dangerous.
Well, either way, I don't need outside tools to show me inside conviction.
You can take it with you. I'm putting a handle on it.
Take it with you. It must be 300 pounds.
I'm going to put wheels on a model. This will fit in the overhead compartment of an airplane.
An airplane? Like maybe a C-130. Look, we need to go back to the greatest story ever told, and that's Jesus. And he stood up for what was right, even when it was hard.
You're right. There's one person who showed us how to stand up for what is right, even when times are darkest.
The worst of it started late one night when Jesus took his friends outside the city to pray. But even then, they fell asleep while Jesus prayed. And he was alone and thinking about what was going to happen.
Jesus woke his friends up just in time to realize they were surrounded. A group of men had come with swords and torches to arrest him.
Maybe the worst thing of all is one of the people who Jesus traveled with and ate with and called one of his closest friends was leading the group and showed them exactly who Jesus was.
Some of Jesus' friends wanted to fight back, but he stopped them, knowing that's not God's way. They ran away off into the darkness and left him there to stand on his own.
They took him to the house of the high priest and started asking him questions.
Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, had followed him to the house. But even there, Peter couldn't stand on his own. A woman recognized Peter, but he denied even knowing Jesus. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Inside the house, the questions turned into simply making fun of the man they had called teacher only a few hours before. It got worse. It turned into some kind of horrible game. They blindfolded him and beat him and hit him, saying, "If you're the Son of God, then tell us who just hit you."
The beating went on all night long. When daylight came, they finally asked the question, "Are you the Son of the living God?" Jesus said yes, but the trial didn't end. It just got worse.
They took him to a man named Pilate. He was in charge of the government of all of Jerusalem. And even though they couldn't find any laws that Jesus had broken, they started to make up lies. They said he was trying to overthrow the government. They just wanted Jesus put to death.
Jesus was beaten again. And this time, even worse. They took his clothes and then they put a crown of thorns on his head.
He walked alone up the hill where he knew he was going to die. People yelled at him, called him names, and beat him. But he continued on because he knew he had to stand up and do the job that God had sent him to do.
I know this sounds like a terrible story, but the story's not over. Jesus came to stand for us because he loves us. He died for our sin. He took our place.
And we know that Jesus was raised from the dead. And he came back and he gathered all his friends and followers and he said, we can all live together with him if we just believe him, trust him, and learn to follow him.
Parents, when you pull your families together and talk about this story, I hope you see this is the greatest story ever told. People will stand for a lot of things, but Jesus stood to show us how great God's love is. And God's love gives us the ability to stand for what is right, even when others don't.
Hey, this Easter, I hope we all get a chance to talk about this story and remember to thank God for sending his son so that we could have a way to live with him forever.
And Jesus is alive and well, and he is exactly who he says he is. And you don't need a Kapow machine to prove that to you.
That's right. Happy Easter from The Big Deal.
Hey, this thing will make a great cup of coffee.
I'd love one since we missed lunch.